Good evening, everybody. Hope everyone is doing awesome today. It's a beautiful night, and please don't forget to put in the chat where you are joining us from. Sister Gladys said, good evening, Pastor. Thank you, Sister Gladys, for joining us from the Republic of Ireland. So today we have our stories of hope. I like the word hope because hope is what will take you from darkness to light. In a point where you are disappointed, you can always grab the hand of hope and will take you from a level of despondency to a level of hope. So this evening, I have with me two amazing ladies, and I'm going to ask for them to introduce themselves before we start. But for those who do not know me, my name is Sandra Quay. I live in the state of Delaware. I'm a mom of four, married, and I'm a wellness entrepreneur. I love what I do, and I thank God that He has called me to do this for such a time as this. All right. So, Sister Sarah Richardson, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Richardson. I live in New Albany, Indiana. I am a mom of one and almost two, married, happily married, and I'm a tennis coach and a fitness and nutrition coach.
Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations on that. You look so healthy and fit. I cannot tell by looking at you. All right. So, Sister Josephine, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Sister Sandra, for doing this and having us share tonight. My name's Josephine, aka Kemunto Achira on social media, and I'm just so blessed. I'm a mother of four amazing kids. I'm a wife. I'm a hospice nurse by profession, but I've been a nurse for 24 years. But my passion is in nutrition and wellness. And that is what gives me the natural high. So I'm so glad to be here tonight to get to share.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow. All right. So if you are watching us, I know that you are going to be blessed hearing our stories. All right. So, Sister Sarah, I'm going to ask you, everybody has their before and after. So what was your life before you started incorporating this amazing plant-based nutrition? And how is your life now in terms of your health? Pretty much, yes.
So before this, my life was unbalanced. I was tired and I was inflamed. Just about every year I was getting yeast infections like 2-3 times a year. I was getting sinus infections once or twice a year, and it was horrible. I was constantly having to take antibiotics, which were just knocking me off constantly. I was trying to do probiotics, and it just wasn't helping. It wasn't working. I was still taking vitamins every day, women's vitamins, but I still got them. I still wasn't balanced. I was tired. I became a mom 4 years ago, and you ladies know, if you've been a mom, it's tiring. First time mom, I was breastfeeding. I had a natural childbirth, so I was trying to recover from that, and it was just really hard. I was tired all the time, and then I was inflamed. One of the biggest things that really made me say yes to this product was because I was so inflamed. I was so much in pain. I had something that was called de Quervain's tendonitis. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of it. It's also called mom thumb. It's where, after you have a baby, your tendons kind of are like a little bit more loose, so you're more likely to get injured in a way. But I had so much inflammation in my thumbs that every time I would touch something with my thumbs, pain just like ran up through my body. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. I couldn't pick up my daughter without being in pain. I was staying at home with her. I was thankful that my husband could work and I didn't have to go back to work, but just being at home, I couldn't clean the house. I couldn't do much of anything, let alone wash my hair. You know, you use your thumbs all the time, and you don't really realize how often you use them. And it was very difficult for me, just dealing with that pain in my thumbs. So that
Wow.
was before.
Wow. I can only imagine a mother in pain, because we need energy to do whatever that we have to do. So tell us, what is your life now that you started, now that you said yes to Juice Plus, how is life?
It is so much better.
Mm.
I'm balanced. I'm not taking multivitamins anymore. I don't have yeast infections anymore. Like, I'm done with yeast infections. If I do ever get sinus infections, I don't have to take antibiotics. It just goes away on its own. Um, I've grown to enjoy more fruits and vegetables. Like, I've actually been a vegetarian for on and off for about 10 years or so, but I've been more open to trying new vegetables and new fruits lately, and it's just amazing. And getting my family on it has been wonderful. My daughter, she's on the gummies and she takes them every day. She's she's not the healthiest child. I mean, she's a toddler and she's 4, but when she gets sick, she it's like super quick. She's not on medication for too long. It's pretty amazing. And excuse me, I haven't had pain in my thumbs for 3.5 years. So I'm super excited about that. And like I said earlier, I'm a tennis coach. Before I started Juice Plus, I couldn't coach for an entire season, which is just like a few months for my boys. We do it in the fall, and I felt so horrible that I couldn't hit balls to my players, and they were just doing things on their own. I just had to stand around and watch them. But now I can hit with them and I can be active, and I can enjoy my thumbs again. So it's been wonderful.
Wow. This is the definition of hashtag take healthy back, right? You literally took your health back as to where your quality of life has improved. And I believe that your husband can appreciate this new level of health and energy, as well as your children. You can be there for them and participate, in their activities. And to me, you cannot put a dollar sign on that, and I'm so glad that you said yes. And I'm glad that you are expecting another one. Imagine if you were in pain and had all that inflammation. I don't even think that you will have the strength to even carry another baby. Wow. That is amazing. Thank you very much, Sarah, for sharing your story. I'm going to go to Sister Josephine. Sister Josephine, thank you for giving me the opportunity to host um, um, stories of hope. As you can tell, you do a much better job than me. I'm like running all over the place, but hopefully we're going to make it tonight. So Sister Josephine, what was your life before incorporating this amazing plant-based nutrition, and what is your life now?
Wow. Listen, Sandra, you're doing amazing. And guess
Thank
what?
you.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I just love these connections and how we get to do this. Someone like Sarah, I've never met her, so that's really amazing. So let me take you back on my journey. And that is why these stories of hope was birthed, and I'll go into that. So in 2014, most of you here are mothers, and Sarah has shared her story. In 2014, guys, I was a desperate, fatigued, distressed mother. And that's because my son, at 12 years at the time, was clinically diagnosed with a leaky gut. The doctors didn't know it was a leaky gut then, but this is something now I learned over the time in the last 4 years. I'm like, this is really what it's called. Basically, what he had was inflammation of the esophagus. Eosinophilic esophagitis is the name of it. So some of you may be aware of it, may not. I'd been a nurse for 18 years, but I had no clue what that is. So in short, it's called EOE. What that means is the white blood cells that cause infection. Like if you injure yourself and you have a wound, literally like those eosinophils, they're sitting in the throat. It's so gross to even think about it. But that's what was going on with David. And because of that inflammation, he could not keep food down. He was literally eating and throwing up. So that was in 2014, guys. So after 4 months, the doctors could not figure out what was going on with my son. What do you do as a mother? You're desperate. I was working full time. My son is sick. And I walked to work one day and I told my boss, I can't keep working. My son is sick. I need to figure out what to do. So I literally took family medical leave to be home and support my son and figure out what is next. This time I had been homeschooling him and I realized this is going to be chronic. There's no help here. He's losing so much weight and they are talking of other options. The pain was unbearable, guys. So David was spending time in bed, curled up. I'll give him, cooling stuff, warm things, just trying to alleviate the pain. And the medications he was taking was not really keeping the pain at a good threshold. And if you are a mother and you have a chronically ill child, I'm going to share this. This is something I learned during that time, and I'm going to share a little bit. There's such a thing as home hospital teaching. I was home with my son for a whole semester and did not know that I could get support from the school system by them sending teachers to the house. There is such a thing as home hospital teaching in every state in the United States of America. So going to the second semester, I was able to get that for David because he was out of school for 2 years, guys. He could not go to school because he was throwing up a lot. He was in a lot of pain. So he had what they call 544, meaning if he raises that card, the teacher lets him go out to the nurse's office or I can go pick him up. But for 2 years, he never stepped foot in the classroom. It was not an easy time, guys. To the doctor's appointments, emergency rooms every so often, hydration, pain control. So it was not easy. And what happened after that was, fast forward, it's about 3.5 years. The doctors are like, we don't know what to do. Maybe he may need a feeding tube to give it a break. He was losing so much weight. At that point, I was like, I need to figure out what to do here. I'd been on family medical leave for a couple of years. Now I'm going back 1 day a week. A sister of mine, she's my sponsor. She's stepping in for me, taking care of David. Sees how much pain David is in. This is 2017. There's a reason why I'm telling you this part of the story. At that point, she says, can you try these plant powders? I was like, what is that? Juice Plus. I'm like, my life is too busy. I cannot afford to juice. It's crazy as it is. So I don't think she said, no, it's already prepared. It's in powder form. And but I was like, okay, look in my cabinet. I'm trying so many things at this point. So when I finish all these, I was trying new different natural things, giving it an opportunity for at least 3 months. I was patient because I'm like, I need to figure out what's going to work for him every 3 months. So a year goes by, guys. I'm fasting forward. 2018, they say, there's nothing we can do. Maybe he needs to get a feeding tube. I say, give me an opportunity to get a second opinion. Guess what my second opinion was going to go back to Felicia to say, give me those things you were talking about. Let's see if they're going to work. What is there to lose here, guys? So I went for that. And the only regret I have is that I never did it in 2017, because literally after 2 weeks, I saw a change in my son. He started spending more time at the dinner table with the family and not curled up in the bed. After 4 to 6 months, David was down from 7 medications to 2 medications. And the 2 medications were for his asthma maintenance. So he had an uncontrolled asthma since he was 4 years old. I'm a nurse, but I thought, hey, he's going to have to live on medications for the rest of his life, not knowing that we can heal our bodies. And guys, what I'm sharing here is a personal story. And I'm not claiming that these plant powders cure, heal, or reverse anything. I do know what they did for my son, plus other lifestyle changes. We made changes in the home, the kind of diet we were doing. I thought we always ate well, but I guess we didn't. We were nutrition deficient. And that was the issue right there. To go right into your second question, Sandra, of what is life like now? So 4 to 6 months, David is doing better, less medications. Guess what, guys? So we started this in August. that September, David went back to school. He's never missed a day of school since then. That time he was a freshman. He's going to be a junior in college at the end of this month. Isn't God wonderful? Our bodies can heal themselves, Sandra. I made it through without crying because this gets me so much. So thank you.
Yeah, like I can't imagine. Like when you were talking about your son, I just pictured my son, going through that. And I think if you personalize it, then you can really feel, a mother's heart. Because you don't ever want to, that's why sometimes as parents, when our kids are crying, we get frustrated because we don't want the cry. So then we're trying to ask them, what are you crying for? Because we hate to see them cry. So imagine seeing them in that pain, it will break every mother's heart. And I'm glad that you were determined to fight for your son's life, to say, hey, let me give this one more chance to see if I'm not going to go the route of feeding tubes. And God met you at your point of desperation. You had to say yes to something, because sometimes it's like when we try so many things and then the real thing comes, and then we are hesitant about it. And that is the very thing that is going to change the trajectory of our life. And I am so glad that you are here, that your son is healthy, and you can go back to what you love to do, helping people full-time at the hospital, helping people. I call it back end, with what we do with nutrition. And that is amazing. That is amazing. This is life-changing, passion-driven, mission-driven business, because it does give life.
Can I add something?
Yes.
I focused on my son, but guys, so when I went to get the product, my sponsor, I didn't have any money. Remember, as I've been on family medical leave, right? But as mothers, drop a comment if you're a mother and you know how to figure out things when like the rubber hits the road, right? I'm like, $300, what's my husband gonna say? Where did I get this money from? It's not in the budget. I had to figure it out. She told me I can get two for the price of one. I'm like, okay, that'll be more product. Awesome. And then she told me, yeah, if you sign up, you get 10% off. I'm like, sign me up. But why am I saying that? I started taking it because we had more of it. There's nothing to lose, and to support my son so he doesn't feel like he's a guinea pig, because I tried so many protein shakes and I'm like, oh, he loves this protein shake. So I was also taking. So when we got this, guys, these things here, they are incredible. So I got this for myself, and I got him this because remember, I couldn't drink too much. So he would chew this and drink water. Guess what? I didn't think of anything of it. I didn't know it was going to help me in any way. But 2-3 months later, I had terrible allergies. I always was on Zatic. And if you ever take allergy medicines, you know how it makes you feel tired. I could wake up in the morning like a zombie, right? No energy. Guess what? After 2-3 months, I'm like, I don't have my sinus issues anymore. That was 2018 August. Never taken any more allergy medications. Change of season, I used to be on antibiotics because of upper respiratory infections. Nothing, nada. In the spring, I can be out here and I'm doing great. So that was a benefit for me. And guess what? The other thing is, I'm regular, no issues with constipation. If you're nurses, you know sometimes what happens. We don't eat well. So I'm regular, I'm comfortable. And talk about vitality. I'm 52 years old. I feel better than I felt in my 30s and 40s. And I'm just going to stop right there.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. We are so focused on our children that we even forget to say what it has done for us. And that is amazing. So Sarah, I know you said you started the business in 2018. You started was it taking the products or starting the business?
I started the business the day I started the product. So I said yes to the business because I just wanted some money back at the time. And then as soon as I started seeing results in myself, I was like, wow, if I can get my inflammation down like this, then I can help others get their inflammation down. I can help mamas feel better if they've got this stuff going on. So I was like, okay, I want to help people. I have a passion for helping others. I have a passion for nutrition. So I wanted to share that with others. And it just made sense to me. So that's why I said yes to the product. And like Kemunto, I started taking the quad, all four of those capsules. I mean, so it's just been a blessing, and I want to be able to bless others too.
Wow. No wonder. I said it's a mission-driven business. So yeah, so starting the business, what are some of the things? Of course, you said you want to help people. So there's that fulfillment that comes with helping somebody live healthier. What are some of the things that you would say, starting this business has brought into your life? Like anything that you want to share?
Yeah. So after I got married, after I left college, after I had a child, I only had a few friends. I thought, I would just stay in this little bubble of mine that I would constantly be in, a couple friends, my family, and that's it. I didn't think about branching out and meeting new people and connecting with other people. I never thought about that until this business, until this amazing community just introduced this to me and just wrapped their arms around me. So I've made a lot of wonderful friends. I've met a lot of wonderful people, and I'm continuing to do that. And I just love it. It's definitely keeping me happy as I'm staying at home.
Absolutely. I can relate to that because I never get bored because there is that community. So you have that sense of fulfillment as well as you feel like you are living your purpose and you are so happy and peaceful and you have so much joy in this community. And I'm saying this is an antidepressant, right? You have to get in there because you will never have to be on that because it kind of fills every void or vacuum that you've had. And thank you so much for sharing your story, Sarah. All
Thank you,
right, so
Sandra.
you're welcome. Sister Josephine, so what has this business done for you?
Did you just say an antidepressant? This is what
Yes.
I call this my happy bubble, right? So literally like in 2020, that was free therapy by us hanging out together. So take you back. Remember my friend told me that if you sign up, you get 10% back. I was actually doing my master's program at the time. And I'm like, I don't have time for business, but I'm going to save money. I'm good with that because I don't have any money right now. So that's why I did the sign up. And then she said, if you share with 2 or 3 people, guess what? That money you can get to pay for your product, so you don't have that come out of your pocket. I'm like, that makes sense. I'm not a businesswoman, but that really does make sense. So I did that. And because I signed up and I got all these, in the end, I was like, this is a check of $69. I signed up for 50, but I got how much back, guys? Those who know how to do math, $19 back. That was profit just from my own product. And then I shared with my cousins, my family, they started taking, they were getting results. And then I was like, there's money in the account. And I'm not really doing anything. I just shared with a few people and I saw something coming in. I didn't give it much mind. I was busy with school. But let me tell you guys, in 2020, that's when I realized that this is gold. This is life saving. When everybody was scrambling around looking for something to boost the immune system, you remember vitamin C was off the shelves, zinc was off the shelves, and I'm like, we have this. So I've been kind of talking to people 2018, 19, but not really following up. I'm like, okay, they know what I'm doing. They'll come to me. But in 2020, I'm getting a few phone calls. Kemunto, what are those things you were talking about? We hear we need to eat more fruits and vegetables because of this virus going around so we can strengthen our immune system. Will that help? I'm like, it's fruits and vegetables, you can have it. So my business grew 40% in 2020. That's when I realized that this is a God-given mission and I need to take it more seriously. Not only it blessed my family and my son, it has given me purpose. My pain is now my passion and my purpose. I get a natural high just from seeing and helping people just to jumpstart their health with these plant powders and also with our tower gardens when people get to grow their own food. It's just really amazing. And guess what, guys? Our paychecks, those of us in the business, is actually a direct reflection of how many lives us as individuals or as a team we are impacting in our families, in our community, and around the world. This is a global business. So I actually have people in Germany that use Juice Plus. I've never met them. People in Canada. Isn't that amazing? Like having these little shops, stores all over the country and all over the world. It's just been incredible. It just so fulfilled. I can't even explain it, but you gotta be in the community. You gotta be doing this to really get it. It is so fulfilling knowing that I get paid for doing good. And it's a moral responsibility for me to share. Because if Felicia never shared with me, guys, can you imagine what my life could be now? I don't know. I don't even want to imagine if my son could have ended up with a feeding tube. If you know what that is, when you have that, sometimes it can become a chronic thing, and then you'll be on it for a very long time. So I don't want to imagine that, but I want to be that Felicia to each person that I come across. You know, I've been blessed with a mouth I can share. I can talk. I'm not mute. So I'm going to use my mouth, God-given gift, and be able to bless other people with what has been given to us through this company. It's literally the gift of health. We are hope dealers. We are hope dealers. I hope that made sense. We're giving people hope. Health is wealth. So just taking fruits and vegetables, the body knows what to do with that. It heals itself. So I will be telling people about this, because one thing I don't want to hear is a friend, a coworker, or somebody I've met. It's like, you never told me about the plant powders. Maybe they could have helped me. I just want to be able to take myself off that guilt list, if that makes sense. So I'm here to give the gift of health to as many people as will listen and as will be willing to try, because there's nothing to lose but to try and see what happens.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love, love, love the reason why we do what we do. And this has been amazing. I am so blessed. My heart is full with what we do. This is a franchise built on building lives. It is a mission-driven business. As we help more people, our lives become better and richer, and we are able to live the life of purpose. A lot of people are traveling all over the world to find their purpose. We are right in our mission field. And before we go, Sarah, what are your final words, your final thoughts before we leave?
Oh, one thing I wanted to say, my neighbor is the one who introduced this to me, and she was really patient with me. She had been constantly inviting me to her house and doing healthy living parties, which I absolutely loved because I'm a social person and I love to be around people. But I didn't really say yes and open. I wasn't really open to this product, to these plant powders, until she told me about the research. And the research is the number one reason why I was like, okay, I need to try this. And it's, there's a ton of research. There's over 40 studies done, clinical studies done on these plant products. And one of them was that they reduced inflammation. And I said, wow, this is what I have. This is what I need. I need to try it. And so, I'm so glad that she introduced me to that. I want to continue to do that with others. And I hope that this was inspiring to everyone who was watching. And I hope that, everyone who's watching has some kind of hope that, if you've got inflammation, if you've got some kind of sickness and illness, fruits and vegetables can help you. We're not, like Kemunto said, we're not claiming that it cures anything, but it's plants, it's natural, it can help with whatever you're going through, and it's going to help in different ways. It may not do what for you exactly what it did for me, but it's going to do something for you. I believe it. I believe in the power of plants. And so thank you again.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for your story. Thank you for your time. I mean, when you speak, we can tell from your heart that you are just in to give and to give hope to people. And that that is a sure way to live a life of purpose. Thank you so much. Sister Josephine, what are your final words?
Wow. Thank you, Sarah, for that. My final word is Sarah's talked about, taking the Juice Plus. My word will be, what if you considered to join this mission? What will that look like for you? Because you have friends, you have family. Sarah and I and Sandra cannot be able to reach and touch, but you know them. What if you join this mission and be able to share this healthy living mission with everyone? It is not hard. It's a home-based business. You actually get to have a business based at home, write off taxes at the end of the year. That's a bonus, right? It's a free enterprise. Be your own boss. Who doesn't want to? Gas is so expensive now. I wish I was basically working from. That's my goal right now. I work 4 days. I'm down from 5. So my goal is to go down to 1 and 0 and just do this full time. What if we came and did this together and help more people to be healthy? You earn what you're worth, and also it is sold online. You're not going to have any inventory. All you do is to share. If you have a heart that cares, a mouth that shares, like my friend Priscilla says, you can do this. Remember, I told you at the beginning that I'm not a businesswoman, right? But I have a heart of service. And that's what this is. We're here to serve. And we get paid for serving, for doing good. So what if you join this mission? What will that do for you? What will $300 or $500 a month do in your household budget, especially during this increased prices in produce? What will that do for you? So if you're looking for $300, $500, it's right here. Don't look any farther. That's all I'm going to say, Sandra. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, Sister Josephine. You couldn't have said it any better. Yes. So this is a global franchise. We are in 26 countries and counting. So you can help people around the world. That's what we do. We inspire healthy living around the world. We have fun. Oh, by the way, we meet, we share our stories. We meet in major cities. So if you love to travel, this is the place for you. If you love to help somebody feel better, live better, this is the place for you. If you are looking for a community to belong and to have that sense of belonging, that camaraderie that comes with it, this is the place for you. If you want to develop personally, professionally, be able to come out of yourself and go out there and inspire people, this is the place for you. I tell you, because I am 100% introverted, but this business have me on social media talking to people, and I love that. And I love the challenge that comes with it. You will love the person that you will become by virtue of saying yes to this business. If you are bored and you are looking to finding your purpose, I would say start with service. And this is what this business offers you: ability and a chance to serve other people. And in serving other people, you will discover your purpose. If you are confused, this business is for you. If you just want more energy, this business is for you. Whatever it is at this point in your life, this business can provide you whatever that you are looking for. It might be small, it might be big, but I would say take a chance. Take a chance, take that leap of faith, forget about what people will say, throw out the nose in the air, and just say yes to it. And guess what? We are here to lock arms with you, to help you, build you up, and to become all that you were created to be. I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in today to join us. This is how we share hope, through our stories, so that you will be inspired, so that you can look above your situation and know that hope is always available. Thank you, Sarah, for your time. We do appreciate you. Thank you, Sister Josephine, for starting this and giving me the opportunity to host. It's just a pleasure doing this. Until we see you next week, same time. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Bye-bye.